Hello, Gemini. I'm Claire Louise Hay from BeHealing.com, and this is your energy update for the week of the 6th of September 2021. I hope you're doing well. Be sure to check out your Sun, your Moon, your Rising, and your Venus sign for a complete picture of all of the energies that you've got going on this week, Gemini, because you're more than just your Sun sign, don't forget. Now, I've got a live show 3 times a week here on YouTube. It's called Psychic Cafe. I would love to see you in there. Have some more Gemini energy in there. I'm a Gemini rising, so a bit of Gemini energy in there, but not much. If you're interested in the private reading with me, they are available from my website, behealing.com. You can find a link for that in the description box below, and also one up there as well. So let's find out what you've got going on in the energies for our Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Shadow Dancer. You've got some gnarly stuff to face. Shadow work is all about those things that we judge about ourselves, the things that we think are wrong, maybe in other people as well, that we're not facing, that we've got inside of ourselves, because we've got everything inside of ourselves. Doesn't have to take over, but the more we try and push something away or disown something, the more it has a hold on us and it has control over us. So the shadow work is about facing those judgments. It's really hot. Facing those judgments that we have about ourselves and about other people, because you can bet if you're pointing the finger at someone else, you've got 3 fingers pointing back at yourself. It's about you, really. Maybe something that you used to do in the past, or something that you're still doing now that you haven't forgiven yourself for. Shadow work to do. I'm sure if this is ringing true for you, if it comes up this week, you can find shadow work kind of teachers out there. There's pretty much everyone out there now. A mystery. It's going to be confusing. It's a pattern that you've got. These things fly under the radar for a reason. It's not like we do it on purpose. It's not a conscious thing. It might be something that you've picked up from your parents and you just do it and you think everyone does that, but they don't, and it's not healthy. It's unhealthy patterns that we pick up from other human beings, right? And we do it all the time. So it seems like a mystery to you. You're not sure why. You're not sure why you feel bad about something, but you do. This week, it's about you delving into that shadow work and finding out what it is, Gemini. What is, because it runs you if you don't bring it into the conscious realm kind of thing. If you don't know yourself, if you're not like self-aware, it runs you. It ends up running you. These unconscious patterns, they end up running us. So it's really important to know yourself and to go deep into this shadow work. We can't stay superficial. That law of attraction stuff just isn't. There's way beyond. There's more beyond the law of attraction stuff. That being Pollyanna and stuff, and don't look at the hard stuff. It's not true. We've got to heal ourselves. Sure, if you've had the perfect childhood and you've never had any problems in your life, law of attraction is going to work perfectly for you. But all of us, the rest of us, most of us, all of us are in the real world, and there is stuff to do, and there's patterns that we've picked up, and we need to heal from that, and there's work to do, and it's hard work, and it's not stuff that everybody does. Not everyone's brave enough to do it, but I'm sure you are, because you're watching me, so you must be pretty brave, because I'm pretty scary apparently, so I'm told. Maybe not in here. Real life I am. People are scared of me. Because I'm a fighter, I'm a Muay Thai fighter, so I am pretty scary. Don't cross me. Got the Page of Cups here. So there is a new beginning that you want, but it seems out of reach at the moment. Pigs might fly. So there's something that you want. It's in your heart. You want to get it. A new relationship or a job or like satisfaction or some kind of, there's something missing in your life. But you're feeling like pigs might fly, though. It just seems beyond my reach. I just don't know how to get it. This is why the shadow work is key, right? 9 of Pentacles. This could be it. You could be like having to do everything by yourself, independent all the time, and you're not sure why. Why don't you have someone by your side helping you out? Why don't you have a relationship there? Why don't people seem to give back to you? There's an overly independent kind of an energy there that could be beginning to really weigh you down. And you can find out what the reason is behind that this week. So I'm being told. Chariot, and you could be fast forward toward what you want when you find what it is that's holding you back there. Like I said, people are right. You could have learned this from other people. So it might seem so normal to you. Well, everyone does it, so it's not a problem. It's normal. But it's not. There's a lot of dysfunctional things that are kind of normal because a lot of people are doing them. It doesn't make it right or healthy. There's a lot of unhealthy behaviors out there that the majority of people are doing. And like I said, most people don't do the shadow work. because it takes a lot of courage to face up to ourselves like that. A lot of courage. If you've been pointing the finger and judging other people, they're bad for this and they're bad for that, and you're not realizing you've got that inside of yourself. It takes a lot of courage to own up to that. A lot of courage to own up to that. It's a very brave thing to do that. It's the Page of Swords, so you go looking into it, the truth. This is about looking at the details. It's like finding out the information, the ideas, the information. It's like get the birds here, the birds telling you things, like finding out from readings, following the clues. It's following the clues. It's you being like a spy, but in your own life. Invest. How do you say that word? Not investigation, investigative journalism, something like that. Maybe I've never said that word before. Investigative. Oh my God. Page of Cups. So yeah, it feels out of your reach. It feels like pie in the sky. It feels like pigs might fly. You just can't see a way of getting there. Maybe you've tried before. For some wish that you've got, it's like, but I've dreamed of this. Like, I should be able to get a relationship. How come everyone else seems to manage to get into a relationship and I don't? Or how come like everyone else seems to be doing okay with money and I'm not? It's something like that, something missing from your life and you just can't figure it out. Well, I feel like you're going to make headway this week on just that if you're brave enough to face this gnarly stuff. So yeah, beyond the, like, to me there's different stages of awakening, the first one being like going from this muggle kind of a life where you think everything's just logical and physical and that, and then you realize that there's something deeper to it all, and that's when the law of attraction kicks in. You realize there's magic afoot. You can focus on something and then it shows up and it's like, whoa, there's magic afoot here. There's something deeper to life. And then the stage beyond that, you've got healing yourself of those negative patterns and all of that, knowing yourself, and then the stage beyond that, after healing yourself, is empowerment, stepping into your power then and bringing it into the physical world again, standing in your power, getting stuff done. There's probably stuff beyond that as well. So you're on that path at the moment of awakening and you can get there. It's not pie in the sky stuff. You will be able to get there, but you can't get there quite yet. In order to get there, you need to look back, 6 of emotions, reminisce on the past. Maybe about your parents and people that have been in your life before. And you might see how certain patterns weren't working for them. Or you might want to go to counseling, in fact, to do this. You might want to go to a counselor or a therapist and say, I'm having problems bringing a relationship into my life. And I watched this reading by Claire Louise Hay, and she said, you might have stuff in your past that you're not seeing. So I thought I'd just run it by you. And then they will lead you to the right place of the looking back. Look back with them. Someone that's got different patterns than you, they might see it really clearly in you and be able to help you. I can't tell you enough about how much counseling helped me. I used to try and heal myself all the time by myself, picking up clues and that. And that it's got its good points, that, but I significantly healed myself. It was significantly easier with someone else, with that window of awareness of what healthy behavior and healthy psyche and healthy emotional life is, for them to validate me, first of all, saying, yes, that was abuse. Yes, that was abuse. Yes, that was abuse. That was like a gold mine, just to have someone, so I wasn't constantly questioning myself, like, was that abuse or not? Or was I doing the wrong thing? Was it me? Someone that's healthy there clearly saying, that was abuse, but also someone to say, this is healthy behavior, this is how you can do it, this, it's just invaluable. So you might want to do that. So if something has seemed elusive from you, can't seem to get yourself there, get yourself a therapist, especially one that deals with shadow work. I do offer breakthrough sessions, but really I'm too busy to do them now. I'll only let one available each week, and I might stop doing that as well. So you might need to find someone that's not got a YouTube channel, because you tend to be very busy when you've got YouTube channels here. So you've got a path of ascension here. You could get a guided reading, but I don't think that's going to help you as much as like talking to someone about it. You've got an ascension path here, so you're raising your vibration. You're getting yourself out of a rut which has been stopping you, binding you, blocking you from what it is that you really want here. So the Wish for that thing that's missing out of your life, that thing that seems pie in the sky to you, unreachable, unattainable for you at the moment, is what is leading you forward on this quest to know thyself and to heal yourself and all of that. Nine of Pentacles got something to do with being alone, with being independent. That's you, Gemini. If you've got this overly independent streak in you and you're like, why? I would love to have people around me helping me, but I don't know why. This is why. I mean, what I've been saying is why. It's not her fault. But you intuitively know that. You intuitively know that you're being held back from what you really want here. And it's you that's doing it. It's no one else that's doing it. It's a pattern that you've got. And so it's so important. And this week you've got the energies in place to be able to uncover what it is that is holding you back and binding you and keeping you away from this thing that you really want. I feel like it's, for a lot of you, it's got something to do with family patterns. It's something that you've learned. Something must change, right? You've got to change something here. Intuitively, you know something's got to change, but you don't know what it is. Get therapy. No shame in it. The Chariot, because when you do, once you figure it, and it's not going to be big, like it doesn't have to be big, it can just be an aha, just some information. It's like once you know it, you're set free. That's what's happened in my breakthrough sessions so many times, is I just give them that information from the higher self, and that's all they need. They just needed to know why, and then they can let it go. It can be as simple as that. Like I said, with my counselor, just the validation of her saying, yes, that was abusive. It set me free. I hadn't realized how many years I'd spent ruminating about that, going, is there something I could have done differently? Could I have fixed this? Straight away, she's just like, that's abusive. You could never change that, and let it go. Whew. How many seconds did that take? Really, well worth it. Invest in yourself. Gemini, the Chariot. Why have I got the Chariot here? Then you fast forward. Death. And then it's easy for you to drop it. Just to drop it. To let it go. Just to drop it. So you can have the new beginning there. Just to put something to bed and go, I don't need to carry that with me anymore. It's like you're carrying this really heavy thing, like the fridge that's about to arrive, my new fridge. Carrying a really heavy thing with you. And then someone says, you know you've got a fridge in your hand. You know you can put that down. You don't need to carry that with you. And you're like, oh my God, I feel so much lighter. It's that kind of thing. Don't underestimate it. I'm feeling like this is really big. So, and then you retreat, like you fast forward toward what you want, and then you're retreating from the things that aren't good for you, the unhealthy patterns, you're going to be able to pull your energy back. So if you've been like worn thin with this independent behavior, you're going to feel like, I can't put any more load on my back. This feels like I'm putting extra load on my back, but you're not. You're releasing it. You're retreating from that. You're being invited to have a significant healing this week, to realize something inside of yourself, a pattern that you've been doing, something that you've learned. Following the clues there, doing some investigative journalism for yourself. Uncovering what it is so you can change your mind about it and end the pain. The end of the pain here that you've been through. So you can change your mind about it. And I'm feeling that this is all it requires, is just a change of mind about it. And those burdens, that pain is just gone instantly. I've seen it in my customers. I give them that information and it's just gone. They can just let go of it like that. A significant ending that you've been struggling with so you can have this rebirth is just like, it's gone like that within seconds. Don't underestimate the power of this. It's a very powerful week for you, Gemini. A new day in truth, the truth of who you are, your truth. So this could be something that you just think is you. You think it's you. You think everyone's got it, and they don't. And you're not even realizing, because so many people have got it around you, that it's an unhealthy pattern, that it's not good for you, that you can release it, that there is another way. What's going on in your love life, Geminis? What's going on for Gemini in the love life? Trust and children. So for some of you, this is about trust issues, being able to trust other people, that would suggest, that would lead to this overly independent thing, right? A lack of trust in other people will have you in this independent mode, and you might not know why it's happening. And children. So as I said, I feel like for a lot of you, this is something from your childhood, something that you picked up from your parents, something that happened to you in childhood, or just you learned from them. You just picked up their patterns. You're doing the same thing without realizing it. And it's got stuff to do with trust issues. For some of you, you don't want to pass it on to your children. So some of you are holding back from getting into a relationship because you don't want to have children yet, because you don't want to pass the same thing on. There's something in your soul that's just like, I've got to heal this before I have kids. It's one of the only regrets I've had in my life, was to have kids before I healed myself. I really regret doing that, because I passed it on. I passed it on, and I didn't want to pass it on, but I ended up passing it on anyway, and that's not good. I regret that, I really do. So that's true for some of you, but I feel for most of you, it's something that showed up in your childhood. It's something that you took on in your childhood, so it's not your fault. It's not anyone's fault, really, because your parents would have done the same thing, if that's where you got it from, you know. They learned it. They weren't the instigators of it. Who was the instigator of it? Who knows? Who started it? Who came first, the chicken or the egg? So you've got, what do you need to release here? There is something to release, right? You don't know what it is yet, but you can find out, and you can get help in finding out too. So follow those clues. Follow those clues. Get a counselor or therapist as well. Really help you to do this fast. You don't need to do it by yourself. It's not like competition. Who can be most independent? In fact, that could be your problem here, is you're so independent that you'll even do this. Find out why you've got independence. You'll even do that independently. I had that one. It's me raising my hand there. I had that for sure. Took me ages to let people in. You know, yesterday I caught myself. I was at training, doing Muay Thai training, and my leggings had a thread come loose at the back, and I went to my trainer, who was one of the trainers that was sat at the table, and I said, have you got a knife or scissors or something? And he just did it for me. And it hit me at that moment. I would never have just gone and asked someone to do it like that for me before. Not until a few years ago. I just wasn't open for people doing like easy stuff like that. I just wouldn't have done it. I would have like waited till I got home and done it myself, or I would have tried to do it myself. It was just as easy as, and that just like old me just wouldn't have done that at all. I was dysfunctionally independent because I didn't trust anybody, and I didn't think it was okay for me to ask to receive a thing, even something as simple as someone cutting the thread from the back of my leggings. So it's going to set you free when you get to the bottom of this. You're releasing any self-imposed restrictions, there you go, or perceived limitations through the loving energy of openness. So be open to finding out what it is. Be careful of your independent streak of needing to do it all yourself to even find out what is causing you to be so independent. And yeah, already said it. You've got a mirror here, so maybe you've got mirror images around you as well, in your family and all of that. Friendships as well. You probably, it's called confirmation bias, when we seek out those people that are like us. It's like, well, this is normal. Everyone's independent like that. No one's open. Everyone's got trust issues, but you're just seeking out those people that are like you, that confirm. Yeah, it's not true that everyone's got that. You can heal. Healing from heartbreak, freedom from toxic relationship or addiction. There's that freedom word again. Setting yourself free. Oh, soulmates as well. So not a lot of love here stuff going on, because your soulmate is riding on this one. I mean, that soul connection, partnership agreement, soul contract, that loving relationship requires you to not be independent, for you to trust other people and to let someone in, right? So you got a lot riding on all of this. And there's a burst of magic this week to help you on your way with all of this as well. So now is the time to address this stuff. Like, why not? It will change your life completely. Completely. A burst of magic to help you along the way with this stuff now. Your higher self really wants you to get on with it. It's about empowerment. It's about empowering yourself. And it's about abundance as well. Wow. So you've got a lot riding on this. You've got a soulmate and abundance too. But it's about empowering yourself. When you ask the divine to take over, you get pulled into your own authentic power. It's a force of inner love that wants your wholeness and magnificence. Unfold my true and radiant self, dear Lord. So there it is again. You've been holding yourself back from all kinds of things. Self-imposed restrictions. You don't even realize you've been doing it because you learned it from someone else. And it's this week that you can uncover that. Follow the clues and get help as well, because it can be so super fast. You don't need to do it by yourself. You just don't. Invest in yourself in some kind of way. I'm not saying with me. I'm not. This isn't a sales pitch. In fact, I'm very busy. So if one of you take up that breakthrough session, that'll be it. And then I'll probably remove that from my website because I just don't have time, and I need more time off for me because it's busy. Making all of these videos. I do like 3 full days from 6:30 in the morning until 4 o'clock in the afternoon. 3 full days a week just doing these YouTube videos, recording them. Then there's all the work on top of that for the editing and all of that. And then I've got my private stuff beyond that. And I need time off. So I'm busy, busy, busy. So this is not a sales pitch. I'm not doing it to sell anything to you. Please get that help from other people. One of you can get it from me. So there you go. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to click like on this video down there. Leave me a comment as well if this is ringing true or if you've got some inklings. It says that, did it say? I thought it said that you've been getting signs about this, but I don't know. Maybe you have, maybe you've not, maybe you will be. And you might want to subscribe to my channel as well, and click that notification bell to hear about when I'm going live as well. Get notified of that so you can join me on Psychic Cafe. So have the best week ever, and I will see you tomorrow in the Daily Energy Update.